I'm here to tell you today that well, this is definitely not where I planned on starting the vlog today. I had this whole really cool idea that I was gonna set up my tripod on the beach. We're gonna sit on the beach, have the waves in the background, and let me show you why that didn't work. I was gonna try to vlog on my camera, but I didn't want to take the camera out in the rain just in case. I don't even think you're gonna be able to hear me out here anyway with this crazy wind. I don't think we're gonna be able to vlog here this morning. We're gonna have to find a change of location. A major line of storms moved through Tampa yesterday. There was actually a fairly good amount of damage.
Water spout turning into a tornado. The damage that we're seeing in Clearwater is substantial. Look at this. I mean, the side of a building completely caved in.
We were definitely not prepared for that. Thankful that our house did not sustain any damage. So I'm a little bummed that my plan is gonna fall through. Normally I would just go home and film this video, but today I'm out and about. I don't really have time to run home. I have a lot of errands to run and a lot of things to do. And I wanna make sure that I get this video filmed today. I feel like I'm so bad at like announcing things because I want it to be exciting, but I don't want to come across as like not humble about things, and I don't know. I'm just really excited to tell y'all about everything. Quick break, can y'all see that palm tree like swaying in the wind? It's a little nasty out. Alright, so let's get into the whole point of this video today. I know a lot of you see the title and you want to know. I don't even know where to start. So this is something that has been in the works since mid 2020, so 3 years now. I truthfully never thought it was gonna happen. I just kind of thought it was an idea I had in my head. I never really thought anything was gonna come of it. But now here we are 3 years later and it's about to come true. So with a lot of excitement and probably twice as much nerves, I'm here to tell you today that I'm launching a podcast. And I know there's probably a million of you out there that are like, I just beeped the horn, did you guys hear that? I was saying, I know there's probably a million of you out there that are like, another podcast. I know. Seems like everybody these days has a podcast, but a podcast is something that I really wanted to do. In addition to my YouTube channel, nothing will change with my YouTube channel or my other social medias, but I am launching a podcast. Do y'all want to see the cover art? I just got the cover art yesterday. So this is the cover art for the podcast. It is called The Morning Departure with Hunter Lehas, aka The Morning Departure. And I'm so excited to bring this to you. Episodes will come out every single Friday. Season 1 is going to be anywhere from 13 to 15 episodes, so the next 13 to 15 weeks. And it is launching Friday, October 20th. I think a week from when this video goes up. Everything is falling into place. It is signed, sealed, and delivered with Spotify. It'll also be available on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and a couple other places. Pretty much anywhere you can get your podcast, you'll be able to get this podcast, which is super exciting because I know a lot of people use different streaming platforms. I'm a dedicated Spotify person, but I know a lot of my friends are Apple. Spotify's personally my favorite. That's why I decided to produce my podcast with them. And I'm not just saying that. I've literally had a Spotify membership for as long as I can remember. So a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what is this podcast even gonna be about? It is gonna be about all things flight attendant, aviation, news. I kind of want to sprinkle some like pop culture moments into it a little bit. I think it's just going to be a really fun and safe place for everyone. And for those of you that are interested in flight attendant life, it'll really be interesting. And I don't have a co-host. I am going to be the sole host of the show, but I plan on having a lot of different guests on the show. Hopefully some of your favorite flight attendant influencers and YouTubers, TikTokers. I want to have a ton of different guests on the show. And the show, I want to have a couple different segments. So I would like to start the show ideally every week with some news, whether it's aviation news, current events in the world even, we can sprinkle some of that in there. And then I want to have like the main topic of the week, whatever that's going to be. I don't want to give away any of my ideas yet because I want them to be fun and still a surprise. I don't want to tell you like the lineup of episodes that I have planned in my head. And then I want to end the show with a Q&A portion. I love when podcasts have a little Q&A at the end. I feel like it's really fun, especially if you're talking about a heavier topic. It kind of adds a little light to the end of the episode. And I feel like you really get to know the host better of a podcast when they do a Q&A, so I'm really looking forward to that portion. But I need a little help from all of y'all. 2 days from now will be my first day in the studio recording the podcast. And like I said, I want to have a Q&A portion at the end of the video. So what I need y'all to do right now is comment down below some questions you want me to answer answer at the end of the podcast. That way we can have a great successful start. Also, definitely let me know in the comments of this video some topics you want me to discuss, things you want me to talk about, guests you'd like to have on. Like if there's something you've been wanting to hear me talk about, now is the time. Comment it down below if there's somebody you want to see come on the podcast and talk about their experience as a flight attendant, or anything really. We could talk about anything. Definitely comment down below. Let me know what you want to hear, who you want to see. I'm so nervous. I know I talk really fast, and a lot of you always comment about like, Hunter, you talk way too fast. Breathe, calm down. That's just how I normally am, but I promise y'all I'm gonna do my best on the podcast to talk nice and slow so everyone can hear, and I'm gonna enunciate my words better because usually when I talk it's like a million miles a minute. So I'm gonna try to reel it in a little bit and be nice and calm. I'm very, very nervous to start this new adventure, and like I said, I'm just planning to do the first season. We'll see how it goes. If it's something I like and something I have fun with, I'll definitely do a season 2 and continue on from there. But right now I'm just signed, sealed, and delivered to shoot season 1, which is 13 to 15 episodes. So I really hope y'all are excited. Thank you all so much. This definitely wouldn't be possible without all of you. I'm also gonna try to get my vlog schedule the same day as my podcast schedule. Take this with a grain of salt, but I'm hoping vlogs will be up every single week on Friday in addition to the podcast. I'm just nervous. This is like so uncharted territory for me. I've never even been on a podcast, and now I'm just gonna be the host of my own show. I'm very ambitious. But like I said, this could completely flop and fail and just go nowhere. And that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. It's one season, 13 to 15 episodes. If it flops, if it fails, we move on. We have a YouTube channel. Y'all and me, we're in it for the long run. Whew. Okay, well, it felt good to tell you all that. Like I said, this is something I've literally wanted to do. I remember talking to my friend about this during like the peak, like March of 2020 during the pandemic. Like, we should start a podcast. I just feel like now is the perfect time. So like I said, I think it's what, 2 days from now, I'm shooting the first episode for the show, and it will be out Friday, October 20th. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram for the smaller nitty-gritty details about like what time it's gonna be out, where you can listen, where you can stream. Like I said, it will definitely be on Spotify, and then I'm pretty sure Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and then Amazon, and then a couple other streaming platforms as well. Don't forget to comment your questions down below for the Q&A. Comment some things you want to hear about on the podcast, guests you want to see, and I will keep y'all very informed over on my Instagram. Like I said, if you're not following me, my Instagram name is @HunterLehas. Also, you can feel free to follow me on TikTok. I definitely want to be more in my TikToker era as well right now, because I feel like TikTok has just exploded to this huge platform that I really didn't think it would ever get to. But I actually really like making TikToks. And again, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to get my vlogging schedule in sync with the podcast schedule. And I will see y'all very soon. Stay tuned on Instagram for podcast updates. Bye y'all.